Hi, you guys. This is a very, very simple but important question. Now, there's a lot of edtech out there. Matter of fact, when we started scorecampus.com in 2013, in the whole world, there were less than 20. Right now, apparently, there are 70,000 LMSs and edtech solutions out there. With this many edtech solutions, why are we still struggling? What are we missing? What is it that your vested parties, students, parents, and teachers are looking for that EdTech is not giving, and that is the primary reason as to why EdTech is not succeeding the way it is supposed to? What do you think they are? A quick response from you, but I would expect you to press the collaborate button and take a picture with somebody and send it along. Okay, I would expect you to press the collaborate button, take a picture with someone and send it along because I need to see it. Thank you.
Hello, early childhood people. This is a mission for educators and for parents. What I want to know is what you think, if you're an educator, what you think parents are looking for when they come to your early learning centre. What do they want to see? What are they expecting? So what do you think parents want? If you're a parent, I'd love to hear from you. What do you want to see in a centre? What are you looking for when you go to an early learning centre ready to enrol your child? So that's your mission. If you're an educator or a parent, I want to know what you think are the most valuable things to be included in a centre when people are trying to choose which centre to go to. That one or that one? So good luck on your mission. I'm looking forward to some really interesting comments, and you can leave a video or you can leave a comment. Looking forward to seeing what you're thinking.
Video kali ini kita akan belajar soal phonics. Apa sih phonics itu untuk masuk keguruan, terutama keguruan bahasa Inggris ya. Kalian harus tahu nih phonics itu apa. Jadi phonics ini adalah bunyi yang dimiliki oleh setiap huruf. A, B, C sampai Z itu punya bunyinya masing-masing. Dan bunyi ini dipakai untuk belajar membaca anak-anak. Misalnya A bunyinya B, B, C, K sampai Z gitu ya. Jadi kalau misalnya ada huruf cat bukannya C-A-T tapi ke T, cat. Nah, untuk kalian yang udah tahu, mungkin udah tahu ya phonics itu apa, bisa dong disebutin di sini apa aja sih phonics yang kalian tahu dan bagaimana cara pelafalannya. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hope everyone's doing well on Wednesday. So good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Dave, and I'm going to give you just a welcome speech while Ira will be letting some of the latecomers in. For those who came in really sharp at 8 p.m. Singapore, 8:30 p.m. Singapore time, thank you for coming early, coming on board. So we do have our students here, we do have our educators over here, and I would like to welcome you to our first ever Let's Sleep launch party. Okay, and really thank you for coming on board. And we just can't wait to share with you what we have today, as well as the coming month. And there's so many things that's going to happen. It's going to be exciting. We will definitely keep you updated. We'll keep you in the loop to ensure that we always what's going on as well. For all those who have downloaded the app, just keep updating to make sure that the glitches are gone. For all those who have not downloaded the app, please do download. You can search Let's Sleep on the app stores, both Android and on iOS as well. Okay, so we have our familiar educators as well: Robert, Fred, Jessica, Kathy, Azura. I think we have a few of our students as well. Really, thanks for coming on board. Awesome. Okay, guys, it's already quite late, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna share with you what's going to happen in the next 40 minutes or so. We are going to be showing a lot of videos. At the end, there'll be a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can always save it for the last part of the event. So what's going to happen is immediately after this, we're going to have a welcome video done by our very own Gabriel, and he's going to be talking in the video about Let's Flip and the history behind Let's Flip and how it has been 8 to 9 years in the making and finally it's out. So the pain behind everything, you can imagine how difficult it was. After that, we're going to go into the launch of Let's Flip and an amazing video with an exciting song as well. And after that, we're going to talk about, Ira is going to talk about the why and the how Let's Flip. Meaning that what is the reason that we are having Let's Flip, and what problem does it solve, and what are the solutions to it as well. And then after that, we're going to introduce the teammates behind Let's Flip. And I'm going to share with you the user interface of Let's Flip together with our CTO, Andhi. And the last part will basically be question and answers. So as we are going through this launch party, if you have any questions, do write them down because we do have close to 10 minutes towards the end to answer all your questions. You can either, raise up your hand and ask the question, or you can always type it in the chat. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transfer this to Ira, and Ira is going to play a video to share about the journey of Let's Flip.
Educators, thought leaders, practitioners, thank you for being here and allowing me to share with you a little bit about the journey of Let's Flip. It was not easy. It's really emotional as well because it's been a journey of almost 8 years. And anytime you want to do something that benefits mankind, the resistance and the walls are taller and larger than ever. And we went through that. We faced the wrath of that. Way back in 2014, when I first started drawing out the designs for Let's Flip, I had one intention in mind. How do you make it authentic? How do you make it real? I can do algebra, I can do calculus, I can do Pythagoras theorem, I can do physics, but can I see it? Can I just look up and I realize that the classrooms everywhere, and can I draw back subjects and topics? That was the reason. It was just that simple. And then it kind of became bigger than that. It became about the voices of the people. What Let's Flip could do grew bigger and bigger. But it was really a simple tool. Let's ask fascinating questions and let the learners come up with unbelievable answers. And they were capable. And the journey started. And when it came to the corporate world, it was a lot easier. But when it came to education, everybody wanted to have still a one-size-fits-all. They still wanted to give me the contents, give me this, give me that, and I'll just use it. And that was the biggest challenge because here we were saying that, it has to be different. And yet we wanted the same. And anytime when it comes to educational technology, we are not changing the way we learn. We are digitizing something that is old. And that was the biggest battle that we had to fight and will possibly continue to fight over the next few years as we bring Let's Flip around. My humble request to all of you is let's make learning a better experience for everyone, young and old. Let's make it a better experience. We put it into technology not so that teachers can be replaced. We have never felt that way. That would be an insult to myself and my team. I think educators are the greatest superheroes and the greatest superhero enablers. What we have to do is put these little gadgets into their pockets, like Batman. And that's really what we're doing. And this is not going to be an easy job. It really isn't. But with you, with all of you, I strongly believe we can make it happen. Thank you very much for being here. Please look at Let's Flip. Let us know what your thoughts are. And together strong.
Okay, just to let you know that the reason why we made it a video is because we knew that Gabe will end up feeling very emotional while talking about Let's Flip. So that's why he's away from the camera, and we made it a video instead. And it took quite a while for him to make the video as well. So that's the reason why we made it into a video speech instead. All right, next we're gonna have a introduction of the people behind the app and the team as well, from social media to our CTO and the educators behind. So we're gonna have our very own coach Haresh introduce the entire team. Haresh, you have purple teeth over there.
Hi, very good morning, afternoon, evening to all of you. My name is Haresh. I'm one of the master coaches here for Let's Flip, and I'm very thankful for this privilege today to introduce our team to you guys. For the ease of the introduction, I'm going to split our team into two parts: the team working in Indonesia as well as the team working here in Singapore itself. Without further ado, let's dive right in. So for the Indonesia side, we're talking about our newest additions to the team first. We have Ilham and Wikal. Ilham and Wikal, please just wave your hands so that everybody knows who you guys are. Yeah, the fancy guys. So for Ilham and Wikal is actually our very own social media lead. He's the one behind the various campaigns that we have come up with on our social media platforms. I'm sure you've seen it on LinkedIn, our Instagram, or even on our Facebook profiles. Ilham is our very own full stack developer. Don't get me wrong, he may have the looks of a teenager, but with his vast experience in app development, he always proves to be an asset to the team and never fails to assist us in all things required from our backends. And next, we're talking about Rido. Rido, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, that's Rido. So Rido is our creative head. So Rido helms the creative side of our brand. Think of it as this way. He pieces all of our visions together and just makes it look extra pretty with his own creative flair. I'm sure you've seen our work. I'm sure you've seen his work all around our Instagram pages, especially. And last but not least, I'll be talking about Andhi. So Andhi is the man. Our Chief Technological Officer, Andhi, is the piece that is actually holding the team together over in Indonesia. For any tech-related issues, Andhi is the one that we always go to. He is the epitome of the brains behind the tech. Andhi, wave to everybody. Let everybody know who you are. And now for the Singapore side, okay, I'm going to be talking about Coach Ira first. So Ira, being one of the earliest adopters of our company, she's essential in designing the app the way they wanted it to be. Think of it this way. We had a rough sketch of the idea. Everyone is throwing in their ideas together, but she was the one that she's basically our glue that made everything come together to create the app we all know today, known as Let's Flip. And next, Dave. So Dave is the epitome of the saying, a jack of all trades. His versatility has played a part in the early stages of the development, along with our CTO, Andhi, and he's always someone who is willing to upgrade himself, to better himself, to make sure that the team gets served better. And lastly, he's not here on screen right now, but the last but not least is Gabriel, the man who helms our team. With 25 years of experience under his belt, Gabriel has proven time and time again that he is indeed a force to be reckoned with. But don't get me wrong, if you look at him in real life, he may look like a fierce WWE wrestler, I kid you not. But in reality, once you get to know him, once you get to talk to him, you realize that he's just a teddy bear that loves to give out big hugs. I'm sure all of our kids are able to agree to that. So that comes to the end of the introduction of our team. I think I would like to do, with this opportunity, I just want to say hello to some of our redefining education partners from all around the world. I see familiar faces. I see Kathy, Katharina, Robert, Fred, Jessica, Surya, Gerard. It's a pleasure to see you all again. And I can't wait to see you all in our next redefining education moments again. And lastly, that's about wraps up the introduction of our team. I'll be handing over the time now to Dave and Andhi. No apologies. I'll hand over the time to Ira. Ira is going to share with us a little bit on the why and the how actually Let's Flip came about. Ira, please take it away. Apologies once again. Thank you guys for your time, and I'm very happy to and hope to see you guys once again. Ira, please take it away.
Thanks, Haresh. Hi everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Ira, the Master Educator with Core Campus and Let's Flip, and I'm very, very honored to be part of this launch and to meet all of you. For the next 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to share with you how to use Let's Flip. Okay, and my other teammates, Dave and Andhi, will be sharing with you how to use Let's Flip. So there's a difference there, right? I'll be sharing with you when to use the app, what you can do with the app, and how it might help you with the work. So for starters, you've seen TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have never needed an instruction manual, right? Like we kind of get on it, toggle around, figure out how to use it in our personal lives. And it kind of depends on us individually. So some of us use it to, influence others. Some of us use it to reconnect with old friends. Some of us use it just because. But somehow when it comes to education and education technology, it kind of seems like, people shut off to the word. Maybe it's because of the word education itself. So coming back to Let's Flip, right? Let's Flip, for me, it has blurred the lines between educators and learners, or students in this case, which means we can actually now learn from our students themselves. I personally like to create missions before my classroom time with my students so that I can actually find out more about what each topic means to them. We have always wanted better use of our time in the classroom, right? Like we always talk about, more engagement, more excitement, more collaboration. We talk about building good relationships as well. So I use the information that I get from Let's Flip before the class to make my classroom experience a better one. So when some of them tell me that in Let's Flip, some of them say that, oh, you know what, emotional intelligence is very important to me because I use it in my everyday lives. And then I have a 7-year-old kid who tells me, oh, I have no idea what emotional intelligence is, but I think that from Google, somebody says that it's how I feel about someone else. So I kind of get this information and use this to my advantage, to make my classroom better so that I know, like, okay, I've got to craft my classroom experience in such a way that I got to cater to somebody who understands and then somebody who doesn't understand. So even before I step into the class, I already know who understands what. There'll be some people, there'll be some educators who ask, Ira, what happens if my students don't respond to my mission? Well, that's information for you, right? So now you get a chance to find out the real reason during your 1-hour contact time with them. We talk about building relationships, right? You get to ask the more meaningful questions now. There could be various reasons, and you can find out in that 1 hour, he doesn't understand, maybe he's having trouble at home, maybe he's just not interested in the topic, maybe the mission is just too boring for him. So the real conversations now happen in the classroom. So the entire experience now, it starts from Let's Flip, it starts from before the class, right into the classroom, and then you can end it off with, of course, another Let's Flip mission where, you can ask for their feedback, you can ask for their reflection, and it can happen out of the classroom. So we're talking about the entire experience here when it comes to Let's Flip. It's not just the app. Another way that we can all use Let's Flip is by connecting learners around the world through learning, because Let's Flip has given us the perfect opportunity for that. Like, why confine ourselves to, just the 4 walls when we can actually work with educators and students around the world, right? Like, wouldn't learning be actually more exciting that way? So I can actually imagine my students from Singapore, people like Keisha and Akshan and Kaylan who are here, I can actually imagine them responding to missions from students from the US, from the UK, from, Robert's students who are in Turkey, Fred's students who are in Africa, they are all over the place, and now students can actually connect through Let's Flip. So, and forget about students, we could actually be learning together. So for some of you who have already been on Let's Flip, I've learned things like, I've learned stuff about early childhood from Catherine, from Katrina, from Azura, who has done missions and responded to missions on Let's Flip. Okay, so before I actually end this, and before I pass it on to the next speaker, I'm looking to launch a global competition, and I would be thrilled to have some of you join me in creating some amazing missions together, especially, people from different parts of the world. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm going to move on now to actually showing you the video of the launch of Let's Flip that's been done by our creative lead and our social media head.
Very nice, very nice. All right, I think I don't know about you, but I think one thing I loved about the video is it doesn't talk about, teaching, or it doesn't talk about like spoon feeding the kids with a lot of content. It talks about actual experiences that we can learn from. I think that is what education should be about. You can see topics like social injustice, water. All these are really sensitive topics that I feel that the kids of today, and even adults as well, they need to learn. And that is what Let's Flip is for. It's not for just a typical classroom where we're just talking about physics, math, chemistry, or English. It's basically something that we can talk about everywhere, everything, and just anything that we can talk about, we're able to put it on Let's Flip. And that is what Let's Flip is about. So I'm kind of excited to show you what it actually does. So reintroducing myself again. So I'm Dave, and together with Andhi, who's our CPO, I'm always the one doing the back end stuff. Andhi is really shy, by the way. So he has told me that I'm just going to say hi because he's very, very shy. So Andhi and I, we have a very, very interesting connection. We are just born a few days apart, and I have a very, very unique accent. Andhi has a very unique accent. No one else understands what we speak in the team, but we understand each other completely. So that's why sometimes we're in our own world. And whatever he says, I understand. And this guy is an extreme genius. And don't let those like innocent look, give anything away, because he knows everything. And it's just amazing how he can just tackle it really quickly. Any issues we have about Let's Flip, the moment you let us know, he'll immediately put his priority and solve that. Okay, and today I'm going to introduce you more towards the functions of Let's Flip and the user interface. And to give you an overview about what I'm going to talk about, just to share with you, I actually have a bad cough. I wanted to do this sharing in a kind of a music video rapping kind of way, but I just couldn't do it. So I'm going to do a boring speaking video. So just bear with me. I'm going to share with you a few functions of the app. The first thing is called the mission dashboard. The mission dashboard is basically the first thing you see on the app. Very similar to stuff like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and things like that. The second thing will be something called creating of public missions and flipping public missions. The third thing will be private classroom, which is an exciting space to be in. And fourthly will be master classroom. And lastly, a sneak about what rewards are going to be about. Okay, so do watch this video, and I'll love it at the end of this video and towards the end of the session. Share your feedback, share whatever questions you have about the pedagogy. Do let us know so that we can immediately answer it or at least think about it as well. So hope you enjoy hearing my voice.
The first thing you see when you open up the app will be the mission dashboard. And this is where you will see top trending missions and recent missions. From here, you'll be able to see what is the most popular missions that is in Let's Flip. And as you're scrolling, you're able to respond to missions that are already uploaded by other users. There are some features that I wanted to share with you on the mission dashboard. As you see below, there are basically 4 different icons that you can take a look at. The first icon you see will be the mission dashboard, and the second will be the classroom dashboard. And this is where you're able to see top trending classrooms and recent classrooms, and it's under different categories. The next one will be your notifications. Every activity that you're involved in, your missions, your point system, everything will be here. The last icon will represent your profile page. Everything that's related to you, what you have done will be over here. Whether you have responded to the missions or created a mission, it will be here. For public missions, there are 2 things you can do. The first thing is, whenever you see a mission that you want to respond to, you'll be able to click the Let's Flip button and you go on to instruction page to complete the mission. From there, you can start taking your video. And the second thing you can do is, you can create your own mission. For this, you have to press the big plus button, and from there, you can complete your mission. For the next part, I'll be talking about private missions. Same thing, you have to create a mission and make a video that is up to 60 seconds. The next thing you have to do is, you can choose your cover picture, and once you do that, you click done. Once you click done, you take a bit of time to load, and you'll go on to a page where you can write in all your description. So you can write your mission title, you can write your mission description as well. Because you're creating a private mission, you toggle the private button and you see a few options opening up. Quiz scores is basically multiple choice questions or true or false questions that you can ask your students. Learning journey is going deeper to the learning of the why, the who, and the what. Difficulty level, you can put easy, moderate, or difficult. Mission timer is a set time of how long the student is given to finish it. Tag classroom is basically, at the end of the day, you need to put it into a category. And you can also tag your friends. From here, the person will receive the notification saying that they are being challenged to a private mission and they can accept the mission. Now this is the exciting part. Once the mission is done, the person that created the mission will get back the default grades. And from here, they'll be able to see the quick scores, the learning journeys, and whether there was any collaboration done. After an overview is done, the person that created the mission will be able to come back to the overview page and give remarks according to the feedback as well. Last but not least will be master classrooms. Similarly, you can go to the classroom tab and find the master classroom. So based on your interest, you can purchase the master classroom and you get unlimited access to it. From here, you'll be able to complete the missions in the master classroom.
So that's basically an introduction of the user interface and the main functions we have on the app itself. So again, I'm going to repeat mission dashboard, which is your public missions. You can respond to your missions and you can create your own missions as well. So this part is completely free for everyone. So if you're on your phone and it's in front of you, you can go ahead on the App Store, search Let's Flip. So LETSFL !P. So it's a unique spelling. The second thing will be your private classroom. This is an exclusive space. So if you're a teacher and you want just a space for your students without anyone coming in, through unique class code and through various security measures, you can just have that space together with leaderboards as well. The third one will be master classrooms. So master classrooms are real exclusive content where anyone around the world will be able to do it as well. So the team in Let's Flip, we ourselves, together with the Redefining Education educators, we're going to come up with various master classrooms and send it over to various people from around the world for them to complete as well. It's time that we really pass that word around, saying that, this is how education is going to be done. Let's get excited. Let's get people involved. Let's really connect students around the world through learning. The last part which I missed out, and I feel that is extremely important, is basically rewards. So if you notice, if you're on the app, there's something at the profile page at the top left-hand corner, which will calculate all your points. All this will eventually be done, or it can be withdrawn for rewards as well. What are the rewards? We'll definitely share with you in the coming months. So that will be the last phase of the upcoming app as well. Last part of the app. So with that, really thank you for your time. Apologies for my voice. I think I've been singing way too much, so that's why it's like that. I'm going to hand it over back to Ira for questions and answers. And really, thank you for your time. Again, thank you for being here as well.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Dave is fantastic at making videos like that. So if you have seen on YouTube, we actually have another Let's Flip video that was done by Dave. It's so for now, we're going to open up the floor to all of you. If you have any questions on Let's Flip, as you know, those who have used Let's Flip, who have not used Let's Flip, when you're here, when you've watched and listened to us, if you have any questions, now's the time. If not, okay, let me get the ball rolling by, let's see, let me ask one of our teammates. Haresh, what do you find most exciting about Let's Flip?
I think Let's Flip, the difference between Let's Flip and all other edtechs that I've used before when I was in school, Let's Flip gives us the opportunity to share the voices. Okay, when you're given a work to do, I don't like it to say, I don't like when people tell me, oh, this is how it's supposed to do it. If 1 + 1, the only way to do it is set in the set formula. Instead, what I want to do is I would rather get other people's perspective. I would like to get other people's perspective on how they actually find the answer and what was the thought process that actually brought them to the answer. And I think Let's Flip gives us the opportunity to do exactly just that. Not only math, I think Let's Flip allows us to do, Let's Flip expands the horizons on education and allows us to take it to the next level when it comes to merging technology and education itself.
Thanks, Haresh. Any other questions from the floor? Okay, I think we have Gabriel back here. Sorry.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you guys.
The man of the hour is back.
Man of the hour. Thank you so much, Haresh. Okay. Like I said, I didn't want to be during the soft launch because maybe the next few soft launches I might be there. But it is an extremely emotional experience for me. For me, when I think a lot of people don't know the backstory. I actually started becoming an educator in Texas. My first few students were, I don't like these terminologies, but I don't know how to say it any better. What you call branded as teen delinquents. My students, when I was 26 years old and they were 14, 15 years old, carried guns and took drugs. And most of their parents were either dead or in jail. And my first few days when I went to do my work, it was part of my church work. There was no guarantee that I'll come back alive. There was only 2 of us, my pastor and myself, and 51 kids, 51 teenagers, with and approximately 70 over guns inside the classroom. We couldn't take away the guns either. That entire journey is where kind of the inspiration for Let's Flip came along. Because when I used to ask my kids, initially when I asked them, when I told them to take out their books and everything, they almost shot me. So after a while, I had to change my ways and I asked them, okay, what do you want to do? It was like play football, play basketball. And I was forced almost sometimes at gunpoint to come up with lessons that made sense to them. So I don't know whether anybody knows Michael Jordan here. I think all of you should know Michael Jordan, right? He's an iconic character. But the other character you may not know is a guy called Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley is actually 7'6". And Michael Jordan, if you know anything about his height, is 6'6". But Michael Jordan has got a vertical lift of 44 to 46 inches. Sean Bradley doesn't. So the question we asked some of the students was the vertical inch and the projectile of the shot that has to be made so that you can clear Sean Bradley's 7'6" frame with another 3-foot wingspan. Those were the kind of questions that we asked our students because we needed to engage them. And after a while, I started falling in love with that entire method and the relationships that were formed in that particular place. I don't remember opening up a book. I actually, matter of fact, the year I was there, I don't think we opened the book at all. It was a lot of conversations, a lot of on-the-spot question asking, a lot of engagement, a lot of silly answers, and we had fun. And the moment I would enter my university classes, sometimes I would feel as if the fun disappears. And when I came back to Singapore in 1999, Singapore it was rote learning at best. It was rote learning at its best as well. And students knew how to solve mathematical questions and write essays and everything on paper. They were very, very good at that. I mean, our PISA rankings, right? We are always top 3. But when we asked them questions, they could just not answer at all about anything. And that's where I saw a problem. It's like, what is the point of you getting an honors degree? And then when somebody asks you a simple question along the lines of, do you know what the heck is happening in the US right now? And you can't even articulate an answer, or you can't have a conversation, then what is the point? Right? And I started thinking about, okay, how do we make learning authentic? So that the journey started way back. But when I got serious about Let's Flip, it was in 2014. And I did it with a school in Singapore. And I took 1,500 students and 100 educators to Changi Airport in Singapore. And if anybody knows anything about Singapore, we've got the best airport on the planet, right? So what nobody knows is 85% of Terminal 3 in Singapore Airport is natural plants. So it's basically an inbuilt greenhouse. So the first assignment that was given to me was, Gabriel, can you teach my teachers how to ask questions on the app about the airport, the greenhouse effect, how the glasses are kind of angled together, because also natural light we didn't need lights in Terminal 3 and 4. It was all natural light. And we realized almost after 48 hours of coaching and training that the teachers were either resistant or did not know how to. They were too focused on the curriculum and the syllabus. They wanted to. I know, the body was willing, but the mind was just not ready. And I was very demoralized. So I ended up creating all the questions. And few days later, we got the 1,500 students on board. And that is where I got my motivation back, because the 1,500 students went wild all over the airport. They were running around, talking to pilots, talking to flight attendants, talking to security officers, getting all the answers and putting it on the then app. And I realized that, okay, you know what? The students are extremely excited. So that we're doing something right. We're doing something right. And those were the experiments we did to see, okay, where is it working and where is it not working? And I realized that anything that is designed for students to drive forward is going to succeed. Anytime we have to give our overworked teachers, our teachers are working 14, 15 hours a day. And now we are telling them, please use tech as well. It's just not going to work. So that's why we designed Let's Flip the way we did. And we wanted to launch global competition. It is not something you do every day. Really, Let's Flip is not designed for that. I would be very, very happy if Let's Flip is used maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, one mission. And just what we want to do on our side, on the education side, is see what kind of a portfolio we can build. What kind of questions do these kids like? What kind of questions does Dave want to answer? What kind of questions does Haresh want to answer, or a Katerina want to answer, or a Kesha want to answer? By the way, Kesha is my daughter. Those are the reasons we came up with Let's Flip. We wanted to make learning authentic. As I said, you can learn about forces in a book, or you can learn about forces watching F1. How do we bridge the two? That's what we wanted to do. But Let's Flip is not the solution. It's a tool. So I believe in what you call a learning experience. If you want to teach people, say something. Let's say if you want to teach people Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion, you've got to design it. You don't write a lesson plan for it. You've got to design the experience. And Let's Flip fits in the beginning and at the end of that design. Then there is the middle, and then there's the assessment, there is the feedback. You've got all those things as well. But what we want to focus on is how do you design an experience? And that's why we designed Let's Flip the way we did, and not so focused on curriculum, syllabus. It's really curriculum and syllabus agnostic. It is actually even vocation agnostic. People across ages can use it. The corporate world has already started using Let's Flip. And they use it for leadership training, they use it for product training, they use it even for meetings. On the education side, there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of things that are happening. It's a little slower than what I would like, but it is the way it is, you know. So right now what we are doing is forming partnerships with as many educators as we can, because the phone is something almost all families have. A lot of families may not have a laptop, may not have a device, a learning device, but almost every family, at least one member of a family worldwide, may have a phone. So that's why we made Let's Flip completely mobile, so that if somebody from Harvard, somebody from MIT, somebody from Future Strong Education, somebody from Malaysia, Azura, somebody from somebody from Turkey, like Robert, if anybody can ask a wonderful question, anyone from around the world can have that quality. You know, this is step one to leveling the playing field. That is the ultimate dream. And now we are on to building scorecampus.com, which has been in the plans for not even, not even 8 years. It has been in the plans for 14 years. You know, sometimes, like I told you before, you know, if you want to change something, you've got to put in, you know, you've got to bleed. And we've bled a lot, and now we've come a long way. And we are looking, we are pretty excited. We are pretty excited to work with you as well. We know it's a tall order, guys. We know it's a tall order. We know that it's a messy scenario, but with wonderful educators, I think it is very, very doable. At this point, we will open up exactly 30 more seconds if there are any questions. And at the end of the 30 seconds, if there are no questions, we thank you very much for being with us. I'll just wait for any questions to pop up on the message here, or anybody to raise their hands. And we will be getting in touch with you individually. Ira, Dave, all of us will be getting in touch with you. But let's say for your school, Wikal is our Indonesian representative. He wants to promote Let's Flip in Indonesia. So if you are here and you are from Indonesia, please get in touch with Wikal. There are partners that we have as well, but we will introduce them to you on another day. Any other country, please get in touch with either myself or Dave. But if you feel that Ira and Haresh are a lot more friendlier and you prefer to talk to them, or Rido is a lot friendlier, that is also fine by me. After all, I'm supposed to be some WWE wrestler or something like that, right? Some scary looking teddy bear fella. I am a very, very, very good human being, but I do have this image that follows me over the last 25 years that I'm a scary monster. But I'm trying very hard to change that. I try to take off my beard. I try to grow a smaller mustache. Nothing has been working so far. Right, Sridhan, am I a nice guy or not a nice guy, Sridhan?
I mean, like, it depends, you know.
It depends. Okay, we'll find out whether it depends or not tomorrow morning, yeah? Is Kesha here? Where's Kesha? Kesha, say a quick hello, darling.
Hi.
That is my beautiful daughter. My son is not available right now. These are all my inspiration. Kenny, say hello, buddy. I don't know who Chocolate is. Kenny, where are you? Are you there?
I'm here.
Riding back home.
Yeah, Kenny is one of our graduated students. He's now an assistant coach, and he is one of the nicest kids you will see on the planet.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. You can give me the $10 tomorrow, buddy. Akshan, say hello, buddy. Akshan wants to be a future banker. Right, Akshan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, hello.
Yeah, that's Akshan. That's exactly how he sounds. And there was supposed to be more kids, but I think after school homework and all that stuff as well. So thank you very much. We are already talking to a lot of you about launching Let's Flip in various countries, and we'll carry on with those conversations. Since there are no questions at all, I think we have done a fantastic job. And congratulations to the team, everybody. Yeah, well done. We will be having a major launch in about a couple of months. We will let you know as well. We'll most probably do it after phase 3, and we are all allowed to meet. And hopefully some of you can travel outside of your countries as well. I would love to go to Africa and work with Fred. Fred, you're from Nigeria, right, Fred?
Yes, I'm from Nigeria.
Oh man, that would be a dream come true, to go to Nigeria, to go to Dubai and work with Katerina. I think Driving to KL should be very easy for us sooner or later, right? Right, Azura? And I think Kathy is already making plans to leave Australia, so we'll just wait for her here. I think Robert is also leaving the country, right? Robert, you won't be in Turkey for too long, will you?
I'll be here as long as I can be.
Okay. And who else is there that we can recognize? Yeah, that's pretty much all the people that we can recognize. Those of you who are new, we will get to know you better. Please get in touch with Ira and maybe send her your contact details, your mobile number, so that we can add you to the Redefining Education group. But as Ira said, we are launching a global competition. There are a few schools that are interested. This is the feedback I got from the schools, okay? This was only a few days ago. They say, Gabriel, it's like, we are nervous to ask questions. Okay, so we are willing to pay all whatever you want, his exact words, but can you create the questions? Can you put together a group of educators from around the world to ask the questions and maybe create the missions for us? But we are nervous to ask questions. And I think it is going to be this situation for about a year or 2 years. Remember, guys, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook took 8 years before they became who they are. So we are month number 3. So, you know, we have to keep our expectations reasonable as well. So right now, what we want to do is work with all of you guys. I think that this bunch of people here are extremely good looking, so might as well make use of you. Oh, I forgot to say hi to Surya as well. Surya, how are you, buddy? I heard, are you the person who's not feeling well? Is he the one who's not feeling well? Okay. I hope so.
Yeah. I'm listening in.
Feel better, buddy. Feel better.
Okay,
Get
okay.
well.
Yeah.
And we will be launching we have interest in early childhood as well. So Kathy, Azura, Sarah, and Jessica will be very, very interested in working with you. And Fred, I hear you're a mathematics guy. Robert, I think you're a jack of all trades, but I would love the way you do principles and thought leadership training. So we should work on all these things. Katerina as well. And more importantly, within the next 1 month, some of our students will be creating a classroom and they will be challenging all of us. I hope you can be a part of that as well. I'll get Kesha to create a mission. Sridhan has already asked a few questions. Akshan to create a mission on banking and finance. Kenny will be asking a question on aerospace engineering. So it'll be pretty cool. Thank you for blessing us with your time.
I think Fred has something to. Fred said he has more comments and suggestions rather than questions. Fred?
Oh, you want to send it to us?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, maybe later I'll send them to you.
Awesome. Anybody and everybody, whatever feedback you have, because guys, I just want to run through a little bit about app development here. It's extremely different. Okay, it is nothing like I've done in my entire life. And I'm an engineer and I thought I've seen a lot of stuff. No, app development is a ball game of its own. It's all about putting it out there and letting people talk about it and letting people sending you messages and sending you feedback, and then you build up new features based on what the response of the audience is. So right now we have a few thousand people on board Let's Flip. Our goal is by the month of August, by August end, we want to have 25,000 people on board, and we are on track. But it's all about feedback. So I like something, I don't like something. I like this feature, I don't like that feature. All that information is important. You will not be hurting any of our feelings. And it really, I can tell you that right now. It's all about making the app the best thing possible and taking it forward. So Fred, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. And thank you for a wonderful evening, morning and afternoon.